upheaval. Wind howled through the newly formed, deep canyons, carrying distant, unknown, mournful cries. Waterfalls cascaded from impossible heights, carving new paths through the fractured, ever-changing land. The ground trembled faintly, a constant, unsettling reminder of the unstable world's living, restless pulse. Floating city chunks, once proud monuments of human ambition, drifted silently in the bruised sky. They hung suspended, broken behemoths, tethered by glowing, ethereal roots of raw, vibrant energy. These luminous tendrils pulsed with an otherworldly light, connecting earth to sky in a strange network. Gravity itself seemed to bend and warp, a silent testament to the raw, untamed forces at play. Debris of a forgotten civilization became celestial islands in this new, dark, fragmented cosmos. Weeks bled into months, slowly forging a fractured reality from shattered, colliding dimensions. Ancient Earth groaned deeply as impossible structures pierced unfamiliar, storm-laden skies. A world reborn. Verdant jungles, thick and wild, now choked the skeletal remains of forgotten, towering skyscrapers. Vines, thick as colossal serpents, embraced steel skeletons, reclaiming urban decay with fierce, relentless life. Moss-laden concrete crumbled beneath the relentless creep of primordial foliage, slowly dissolving into dust. The heavy air hung thick with the scent of damp earth and metallic dust. A new, primeval breath. Towering trees, alien and luminous, sprouted defiantly from the very heart of collapsed, broken buildings. Sunlight struggled to penetrate the dense, layered canopy, casting perpetual, eerie twilight below the foliage. Strange, bioluminescent flora pulsed, softly, illuminating hidden pathways through the wild, overgrown landscape. Whispers of the old world echoed mournfully in the wind, a sorrowful song of what once was. Dragon spires, jagged and dark, now erupted organically from sheer, ancient, forbidden cliff faces. Their obsidian curves mimicked the mountain's crags, creating monstrous, natural, yet alien architecture. Glimmering scales of rock shimmered eerily under the strange light of this merged, fractured firmament. The very stone pulsed with dormant, raw energy, a testament to the cataclysmic, violent fusion. Ancient carvings, half devoured by natural growth, depicted forgotten, terrible legends of cosmic upheaval. Wind howled through the newly formed, deep canyons, carrying distant, unknown, mournful cries. Waterfalls cascaded from impossible heights, carving new paths through the fractured, ever-changing land. The ground trembled faintly, a constant, unsettling reminder of the unstable world's living, restless pulse. Floating city chunks, once proud monuments of human ambition, drifted silently in the bruised sky. They hung suspended, broken behemoths, tethered by glowing, ethereal roots of raw, vibrant energy. These luminous tendrils pulsed with an otherworldly light, connecting earth to sky in a strange network. Gravity itself seemed to bend and warp, a silent testament to the raw, untamed forces at play. Debris of a forgotten civilization became celestial islands in this new, dark, fragmented cosmos. Distant thunder rumbled ominously, not from clouds, but from the shifting, broken land itself. The thick air tasted of ozone and ancient dust, a potent cocktail of destruction and rebirth. Scarred landscapes stretched endlessly, painted in hues of twilight and eerie, unsettling luminescence. Vast plains, once teeming with life, now lay fractured, crisscrossed by glowing, deep fissures. Ethereal mists clung stubbornly to the lowlands, obscuring monstrous forms moving stealthily in the shadows. The sky itself was a canvas of swirling, unnatural colors, constantly reforming its chaotic patterns. Twin moons, one blood-red, one pale, cast an unsettling glow upon the desolate terrain below. Strange constellations, born of cosmic collision, shimmered eerily in the perpetual, bruised twilight. The very fabric of reality felt thin, stretched taut, vibrating with latent, unfathomable power. Twisted trees clawed at the bruised sky, their branches like skeletal fingers reaching for solace. Desolate coastlines met stormy, churning seas, where new, unimaginable horrors surely lurked in the depths. The silence was profound, broken only by the groaning of the land and distant, primal roars. A sense of ancient dread permeated the atmosphere, a primal fear of the vast unknown. Everywhere, the scars of the rift remained, shimmering cracks in the world's fragile facade. These glowing fissures bled strange energies, twisting nature into grotesque, terrifying new forms. Life persisted, mutated and fierce, adapting brutally to the harsh, unpredictable, alien environment. Survival was a brutal, unending dance, played out beneath a perpetually fractured firmament of chaos. The air itself crackled with residual magic, a constant, low hum beneath the surface. Mountains floated impossibly, defying natural law, their jagged peaks piercing the bruised, turbulent sky. Rivers flowed upstream into impossible waterfalls, feeding unseen, ethereal lakes high above the ground. The very ground shifted, a living, breathing entity, scarred but stubbornly and fiercely alive. Twisted metal skeletons of bridges spanned chasms that defied all logic, hanging precariously. Once familiar landmarks now stood as grotesque, unrecognizable monuments to chaos and cosmic violence. The sun, when it appeared, seemed a sickly, distant orb, struggling to illuminate the gloom. Shadows stretched long and distorted, dancing eerily with the world's unsettling, new rhythm. Eerie echoes carried on the wind, fragments of past lives, utterly lost to the cataclysm. The land was a patchwork quilt of disparate biomes, stitched together by raw rift energy. Lush, alien flora bloomed beside scorched earth, testament to the brutal cosmic violence. The air was thick with pollen from unknown plants, causing a strange, heavy stupor. Crystalline formations jutted from the earth, singing with a low, resonant, otherworldly hum. These vibrant crystals pulsed with inner light, guiding travelers through the perpetual, strange gloom. Pathways of raw energy snaked across the landscape, connecting disparate zones with luminous threads. The world was a canvas of perpetual change, a testament to its violent, chaotic birth. From the depths of this fractured reality, new, terrifying legends were undoubtedly being born. The silence between the roars spoke volumes of a world holding its breath, waiting. Massive, ancient roots, glowing with internal fire, crisscrossed the fractured, unstable ground. They seemed to draw sustenance from the very fabric of the broken dimensions, consuming all. These luminous conduits pulsed with primal energy, connecting disparate biomes in a hidden network. Deep chasms opened without warning, revealing abyssal depths filled with strange, pulsating light. Unseen currents of magic flowed through the air, invigorating some, sickening others with dark power. The ground beneath trembled with a slow, rhythmic beat like a colossal, sleeping heart. Strange, unearthly birds soared on updrafts, their calls echoing eerily across the desolate wastes. Their feathers shimmered with iridescent hues, reflecting the fractured, chaotic sky above them. Predatory shadows moved swiftly through the tangled undergrowth, unseen and unheard, seeking new prey. The very air tasted of ancient stone and electric charge, a potent, wild, untamed essence. Volcanic vents hissed, spewing strange, colored gases into the heavy, oppressive atmosphere. Rivers of molten rock carved new canyons, glowing ominously in the perpetual, fiery dusk. The earth itself was a living, breathing entity, scarred, yet fiercely resilient and defiant. Whispers of primordial power resonated from deep within the world's fractured, unstable core. Twisted rock formations resembled monstrous, silent guardians, watching over the desolate, changed land. The scale of everything felt immense, dwarfing any mortal understanding or fleeting human presence. Ancient ruins, half submerged, hinted at civilizations now utterly lost to time and cataclysm. The wind carried the scent of exotic blooms mixed with the metallic temps of raw metal. Bioluminescent fungi clung to damp cavern walls, casting an ethereal, soft, otherworldly glow. Deep within the earth, unknown, powerful forces continued their slow, relentless work of change. The world was a symphony of chaos, a beautiful, terrifying, an unpredictable masterpiece of fusion. Every shadow held a secret, every jagged peak a mystery waiting to be unveiled. Strange geological formations defied explanation, sculpted by impossible cosmic pressures and energies. The very concept of time felt warped, stretched thin by the dimensional, violent upheaval. Distant roars echoed across the vast plains, signaling the presence of mighty, new beings. These titanic sounds reverberated through the very bones of the fractured, groaning earth. The air thrummed with unspoken power, a silent promise of future, inevitable conflicts. A new era dawned, shrouded in mystery, danger, and unimaginable, terrifying potential. This fractured world now held its collective breath, awaiting the next chapter of its saga. For in this realm of broken pieces, titans now forged their formidable, dark empires. Their wills clashed, shaping the very landscape with their raw, untamed, destructive power. The world itself was merely a grand stage for their apocalyptic, monumental drama. Tiamat, the dragon goddess, now reigns from her storm-wreathed, formidable sky citadel. She watches over her domain, a swirling vortex of perpetual, crackling tempest and fury. Permanent lightning rivers snake through the bruised clouds, her fearsome, elemental signature. Her presence alone warps the weather, a constant, dark, elemental, terrifying display. The sky citadel itself, a fusion of dragon temple and shattered skyscrapers, floats majestically. Obsidian spires pierce the storm clouds, adorned with ancient, glowing draconic runes. These colossal structures hum with dark energy, radiating Tiamat's fearsome, undeniable might. Lesser dragons, their scales dark as night, circle the citadel in endless, silent vigil. Their leathery wings beat a slow, rhythmic pulse against the storm-swept, turbulent air. Corrupted wyverns, twisted by rift energies, join the aerial dance, their eyes gleaming. Their guttural cries echo through the tempest, a chorus of dark devotion to their queen. Below, on the jagged, floating islands, a cult of ground-dwellers now thrives in shadows. These mutated humanoids, or perhaps dragon spawn, worship Tiamat with fervent, unholy zeal. Their forms are grotesque, skin-scaled, eyes glowing with an unholy, shared reverence. They move through the citadel's ruins, chanting ancient hymns to the five-headed goddess. Offerings of strange, glowing crystals are laid at altars beneath her storm halo. Tiamat observes her dominion with cold, calculating eyes, a vast, predatory, ancient gaze. Her massive form, silhouetted against the perpetual lightning, inspires both terror and awe. She is the storm, the sky, the very essence of this dark, ascended, terrible realm. Her empire expands, clawing relentlessly at the fringes of the fractured, unstable world below. The wind carries the scent of ozone and ancient magic, Tiamat's ever-present, fearsome breath. Far below, beyond the storm's reach, another power rises, primal and fiercely territorial. Titan Rex now dominates the sprawling, treacherous expanse known as the Valley of Titans. This colossal basin, scarred by ancient battles, vibrates with his raw, untamed presence. Magadinos, remnants of a bygone era, roam the valley, powerful and inherently dangerous. Their thunderous footsteps shake the very ground, echoing through the shadowed, deep canyons. Rift-mutated beasts, grotesque and monstrous, stalk the edges of his vast, dark domain. Their eyes gleam with feral intelligence, their forms warped by the rift's cruel kiss. These hybrid horrors, born of Charles, now thrive in the valley's primal, savage depths. Sunken city remains, half devoured by earth and time, form the valley's grim, ancient bones. Twisted skyscrapers, once proud, now lie as broken monuments swallowed by the earth. Their metallic skeletons jute like ancient ribs from the valley's muddy, scarred, dark floor. Rex moves through these ruins, a living earthquake, his roars echoing absolute dominance. He surveys his territory, a king among beasts, his power absolute and unquestioned. A pack-like following of other giant creatures trails him, a living, moving retinue. Smaller, yet still massive, predators defer to his might, bowing to his supreme will. Some flee at his approach, sensing the overwhelming power radiating from his colossal form. His shadow falls across the land, a dark omen for any who dare trespass. The air crackles with his raw, elemental energy, a palpable force of nature. Scars from previous battles crisscross his hide, telling tales of his brutal, enduring strength. His eyes, ancient and amber, scan the horizon, ever beheeland, ever hungry for challenge. The valley trembles with each of his deliberate, heavy steps, a living, rhythmic drumbeat. He is the apex predator, the undisputed master of this savage, primordial realm. His roars tear through the air, claiming every inch of this broken, new world. The ground beneath his feet bears the weight of his titanic, unchallenged, absolute reign. The air tastes of fear and raw power, a potent mix in his formidable domain. Volcanic fumes rise from distant vents, painting the sky in ominous, fiery hues. Rivers of black tar snake through the valley, reflecting the bruised, twilight sky. Ancient bones of forgotten giants litter the landscape, a morbid testament to time. Rex moves with purpose, a hunter, a ruler, a force of raw, destructive nature. His massive jaws, lined with dagger-like teeth, are a promise of swift, brutal demise. The earth itself seems to bend to his will, a silent, powerful, terrifying acknowledgement. He is the embodiment of primeval strength, an unstoppable engine of pure destruction. His territory is a testament to raw power, carved out through sheer, brutal force. The air vibrates with the latent energy of his presence, a constant, low, unsettling hum. Every creature knows its place, either ally, prey, or fleeing shadow in his realm. His dominion is absolute, a dark kingdom forged in the crucible of cosmic collision. The fractured world holds its breath as these two titans solidify their power. Tiamat in the sky, a tempestuous goddess. Rex on the earth, a primal keen. Their territories, though distinct, are bound by the same shattered, unstable reality. The invisible lines of their empires are drawn, ready for future, inevitable conflict. Yet, between their formidable realms, something else stirs. Something ancient and powerful, a colossal crystal heart, pulsating with raw, unbridled energy, lies embedded deeply. It rests in the desolate plains, a monument to the rift's cataclysmic, violent birth. This immense, crystalline core radiates an otherworldly light, vibrant and deeply unsettling. Its surface shimmers with iridescent hues, reflecting the fractured, unstable sky above. The very air around it warps, distorting light and sound in strange, unsettling ways. Gravity itself fluctuates near its immense form, causing eerie, silent, spatial eddies. Distant echoes of colossal roars seem to bend and twist around its pulsing core. The ground trembles rhythmically with its beat, a colossal, living heart of the world. Strange, ethereal mists swirl around its base, charged with unknown, potent, rift-spawn creatures, grotesque and numerous, gather near its vibrant, glowing, powerful presence. They feed on its raw energy, their forms constantly mutating, shifting, and evolving. Their bodies twist into new, terrifying shapes, empowered by the heart. Krill influence. These monstrous entities respawn endlessly, their numbers swelling around the colossal crystal. The heart is a wellspring of chaos, a constant source of mutation and dark power. Its light casts long, dancing shadows, giving life to horrors from other dimensions. The ground around it is scorched, cracked, and infused with its strange, alien power. Whispers of primordial forces emanate from its depths, a silent, powerful, ominous song. This colossal crystal hums with a low, resonant frequency, felt deep within the earth. It is a beacon of instability, a nexus where realities fray and violently reform. The air itself feels heavy, charged with the immense, unfathomable power it emits. Every ripple of its pulse sends subtle tremors across the fractured, unstable landscape. It is a wound in reality, yet also a source of strange, terrifying new life. The world watches, silently, as his heart continues its relentless, rhythmic, ancient beat. Its purpose remains shrouded in mystery, its power undeniable, its presence deeply ominous. But upon its shimmering surface, a new, unsettling detail begins to manifest clearly. Close-up on the heart's crystalline face reveals shifting, shadowy, eye-like patterns. Flickers of an eye-like pattern move across its vibrant, pulsing, inner depths. Observing, this ethereal eye seems to drift, observing, absorbing, learning from its strange. It is not a physical eye, but a manifestation of pure, nascent, alien consciousness. A hint of a deeper intelligence, cold and calculating, now resides within the core. This emergent consciousness, a rift-spawn overmind, awakens slowly, deliberately, with dark intent. It remembers fragments of the true enemy, a primal directive buried deep within its being. Its purpose, to finish what was started, to bring about ultimate, cosmic annihilation. The eye-like pattern expands, then contracts, a silent breath of burgeoning, dark awareness. It watches the rift spawn, its children, observing their mutations, their endless hunger. It sees Tiamat's storms, Rex's might, calculating their weaknesses, their strengths, their doom. A chilling, silent intelligence now permeates the very essence of the colossal heart. It is a hive mind, born from residual fragments of ancient, cosmic malady. The overmind learns, assimilates, and grows stronger with every passing, fleeting moment. Its presence is a subtle hum beneath the world's chaos, a silent, pervasive threat. The crystalline patterns swirl, reflecting a vast, alien intellect. Now fully awake, it orchestrates the movements of the rift spawn, a silent conductor of impending destruction. Every mutation, every new horror, serves a purpose in its grand, dark design. The overmind projects its will, a cold, insidious influence across the broken realms. It maps the energy flows, the weaknesses in the fractured reality, with chilling precision. Ancient memories of cosmic war and ultimate conquest stir within its nascent dark core. Its purpose, to finish what was started, to bring about ultimate, cosmic annihilation. The eye-like pattern expands, then contracts, a silent breath of burgeoning, dark awareness. It watches the rift spawn, its children, observing their mutations, their endless hunger. It sees Tiamat's storms, Rex's might, calculating their weaknesses, their strengths, their doom. The heart pulses with a renewed intensity, responding to the overmind's growing, terrible will. Its vibrant light flickers, a silent communication across the fractured, unstable realms. The air grows heavy with anticipation, a palpable tension spreading outwards rapidly. A low, resonant thrum emanates from the heart's core, growing steadily louder and more ominous. The ground begins to tremble more violently, a deep, unsettling vibration, felt everywhere. Rift-spawn creatures around the heart become agitated, chittering, sensing the profound change. Their eyes glow with a shared, unsettling luminescence, reflecting a unified, dark purpose. The colossal heart pulses with an unprecedented, violent surge of raw energy. Waves of pure destabilizing power ripple outwards, tearing through the very air itself. These invisible shockwaves sweep across the desolated plains, impacting everything in their path. The ground cracks and fissures open, bleeding strange, glowing energies upwards, into the sky. Ancient mountains groan under the strain, their peaks shedding rock and debris violently. The sky above the heart boils, a tempest of swirling, unnatural, chaotic colors. Lightning, not of Tiamat's making, flashes violently from the rift's guard, bruised firmament. The air shimmers, distorting reality itself, as the heart unleashes its full power. A deafening, resonant hum fills the world, vibrating deep within the very bones. Far away, within her storm-wreathed sky citadel, Tiamat senses the profound, sudden shift. Her 5 heads, usually calm in their terrible majesty, snap upwards in unison. Her eyes, ancient and knowing, narrow, focusing on the distant, violent, ominous pulse. The perpetual lightning around her citadel crackles more fiercely, mirroring her growing unease. A low, guttural growl rumbles from her deepest throat, a sound of ancient warning. Her immense body tenses, scales bristling with a sudden, predatory alertness and fury. She feels the invasive energy, a challenge, a new, unsettling presence in her world. The very air around her thrums with her escalating power, a storm of dragonic rage. Tiamat, the dragon goddess, turns her formidable gaze towards the distant, glowing heart. A flicker of ancient recognition, a primal memory, stirs within her dark soul. Her thoughts, vast and complex, race to comprehend this new, undeniable, cosmic threat. The sky citadel itself seems to lean, drawn by her immense, focused attention. Her cultists below cower, sensing the sudden, terrifying shift in their goddess's mood. The lesser dragons orbiting her let out nervous cries, feeling the potent unrest. This unfamiliar power is a direct affront to her hard-won, fearsome dominion. She knows this feeling, this cold, calculating intelligence, from a past long forgotten. It is a whisper of the true enemy, a chilling echo from the void between worlds. Her vast wings twitch, a silent promise of swift, terrible, divine retribution. The storm around her intensifies, a reflection of the growing fury within her. She prepares for conflict, her ancient instincts screaming a dire, urgent warning. Simultaneously, in his savage valley of titans, Rex also feels the violent surge. His colossal body, usually a mountain of unyielding power, shudders momentarily. A deep, resonant growl tears from his throat, shaking the very foundations of the earth. His amber eyes, usually fixed on prey, snap towards the distant, pulsating light. The megadinos in his pack become restless, their own primal instincts on edge. Rift-mutated beasts cower, sensing the overwhelming power emanating from the heart. Rex's senses, honed by countless eons of predation, scream of a new, potent foe. He feels the invasive energy, a threat to his absolute, hard-won territory. His massive tail whips through the air, flattening ancient ruins with raw force. The ground beneath his feet cracks, unable to contain his sudden, unleashed fury. He lets out a deafening roar, a challenge hurled at the unseen, encroaching power. This is not Tiamat's storm. This is something else, something colder, more insidious. A primal memory, buried deep within his reptilian brain, stirs with dark intent. The true enemy, a whisper of cosmic dread, resonates within his ancient being. His massive jaws clench, a silent promise of brutal, unstoppable, physical might. The air around him crackles with raw, elemental fury, a palpable heat. He begins to move, slowly at first, then with increasing, deliberate momentum. His colossal footsteps thunder across the valley, signaling his impending, destructive advance. He is a force of nature, responding to a perceived threat with overwhelming power. His primal instincts demand confrontation, a visceral response to the heart's pulse. The very earth trembles in his wake, a testament to his unstoppable will. He turns his formidable gaze towards the distant, violently pulsing rift heart. His eyes gleam with a mix of aggression and ancient, predatory calculation. The air vibrates with the unspoken challenge, a titanic clash now drawing near. Both titans, separated by vast, broken landscapes, feel the same profound impact. The heart's violent pulse resonates within their very souls, an undeniable call. For the first time this season, their attention converges on a single, shared point. They look towards the colossal, pulsing crystal. Its light now, blindingly intense. A silent, cosmic understanding passes between their distant, powerful, ancient forms. The world holds its breath, sensing the impending, monumental confrontation of titans. The air crackles with latent power, a prelude to unimaginable, cataclysmic devastation. The heart throbs with an eerie, rhythmic beat, a drum announcing a new war. Its light expands, engulfing the landscape in a blinding, ethereal, terrifying glow. The eye-like pattern on its surface opens wide, a silent, menacing, knowing gaze. It acknowledges their awareness, a cold, calculating intelligence now fully manifest. The Ovamene's ancient purpose stirs, ready to finish its long-dormant, dark mission. Tiamat and Rex, rulers of their shattered realms, face a foe beyond comprehension. A new chapter begins, forged in the heart of a world utterly transformed. Their destinies, once separate, now intertwine under the ominous glow of the heart. The fractured cosmos awaits the next move in this grand, dark kaiju saga. A deep, unsettling silence falls, broken only by the heart's relentless, chilling pulse. The air shivers with a foreboding hum, signaling the dawn of a terrifying new era. The ultimate conflict looms, a destiny woven into the very fabric of existence. All eyes, mortal and monstrous, turn towards the awakening, ominous rift heart. Shadows throng across the broken lands, as the sun bleeds crimson through a fractured sky. From jagged peaks and scarred plains, pilgrims ascend toward the sky citadel, a monument of dread. Small-scaled dragons beat weary wings, their eyes reflecting the colossal, looming fortress above them. Mutant humanoids, their forms twisted by rift energy, shuffle forward, their gazes fixed on the heavens. Fear is a palpable scent in the thin, cold air, mingling with the reverence of the desperate man. They carry meager offerings, hoping to appease the goddess who rules this shattered, unforgiving realm. One ancient human elder, cloaked in tattered furs, clutches a gleaming, crystalline energy shard tightly. Her weathered face shows a mixture of profound awe and deep-seated terror etched by countless horrors. The citadel itself seems carved from obsidian storm clouds, bristling with jagged spires reaching ever higher. Thunder rumbles distantly, a percussion to the silent, arduous climb of the countless, fearful They pass through colossal gates, guarded by hulking, armored drakes, their scales like ancient, tarnished bronze. Within the vast, echoing courtyards, the air crackles with an unseen, overwhelming power that presses down. High above, atop the central spire, Tiamat unfurls her titanic form, a terrifying, divine silhouette. Her 5 serpentine heads, each distinct and fearsome, surveyed the trembling throng with chilling indifference. Her colossal body, a tapestry of shimmering scales, seems to absorb the last, dying light of the day. A low, guttural hum emanates from her, a sound that resonates deep within the bones of every living creature. The air grows heavy, charged with the immense, primal magic that defines her very existence in this realm. One by one, the supplicants approach a massive, obsidian altar, their offerings placed with trembling hands. Relics of forgotten worlds, strangely beautiful yet dark, gleam faintly under the oppressive, watchful gaze. Crude, hand-forged weapons, imbued with desperate hope, are laid before her unblinking, reptilian eyes. The elder places her energy shard, its faint pulse a desperate plea for continued, fleeting protection. Tiamat's central head lowers slightly, a silent acknowledgement of the desperate tribute laid before her. A captured rift spawn still squirming with unnatural energy is dragged forward, its cries unheard. Its multi-limbed body writhes, glowing with sickly green light, a testament to the dangers of the broken world. One of Tiamat's heads, the one wreathed in frost, exhales a chilling mist, engulfing the struggling creature. The rift spawn freezes instantly, its glowing form encased in a tomb of bitter, silent, crystalline ice. Another head, burning with volcanic fire, melts the ice, consuming the creature in a searing, emerald blaze. The offering is complete, a demonstration of power and an acceptance of the desperate, fearful allegiance. A ripple of relief, mingled with renewed terror, passes through the gathered, kneeling masses below her. Tiamat's gaze sweeps across the landscape, past her subjects, towards something far more significant now. High above the citadel, suspended amidst swirling, bruised clouds, A colossal rift heart pulses vibrantly. It glows with an ethereal, unstable light, a beacon of raw, untamed reality-bending power. Waiting. The heart is a jagged, crystalline orb, scarred with iridescent veins that shift with unknown energies. Its presence distorts the very air around it, making the distant stars seem to shimmer unnaturally. This is her true prize, the ultimate source of dominion in these shattered, chaotic realms now fused. She extends her massive, clawed forelimb, a gesture of command, toward the hovering, radiant anomaly. The air crackles, anticipation building, as her immense will focuses on the swirling nexus of creation. Her 5 heads slowly begin to align, a ritualistic movement of immense, ancient, divine intent. Each head, representing a primal element, now faces the rift heart with unwavering, focused intensity. The firehead glows with an inner, incandescent fury, its scales pulsing with molten, fiery light. The ice head shimmers with an arctic brilliance, frost crystals forming around its sharp, menacing jaws. The lightning head sparks with chaotic azure energy, small bolts dancing between its pointed horns. The acid head drips with corrosive, emerald venom, sizzling faintly against the ancient, stone spire. The final head, wreathed in shadow, seems to absorb all light, a void of silent, potent, raw darkness. A low, resonant growl vibrates from deep within Tiamat's chest, signaling the commencement of her grand design. From the firehead, a torrent of pure, unyielding flame erupts, a searing column toward the heart. Simultaneously, a blast of absolute zero ice streams from the frosthead, a brilliant, freezing counterpoint. Arcing lightning bolts, thick as ancient trees, lash out from the third head, striking the heart's core. A corrosive, emerald spray of potent acid showers forth from the fourth head, dissolving reality itself. Finally, from the shadow head, a swirling vortex of pure, consuming darkness engulfs the glowing artifact. These elemental streams, raw and unbridled, converge upon the rift heart with precise, calculated force. The heart shudders, responding to the immense, focused assault, its internal light flaring dramatically. Energy ripples outward, a wave of distorted reality that causes the very air to hum with strange vibrations. Tiamat holds her posture, immense power flowing from her very being, a conduit for raw, cosmic manipulation. Her eyes, slitted and ancient, burn with a fierce, unwavering determination, fixed on the shimmering heart. The ground beneath her shudders, unable to contain the sheer magnitude of the energies being unleashed. Now, she pushes harder, pouring more of her divine essence into the ritual, seeking ultimate, boundless control. The heart begins to hum and sync with her growl, a deep, resonant tone that vibrates through the entire realm. Its jagged edges soften, then reform, shifting subtly, mirroring the contours of her immense, divine will. A faint, ethereal glow now extends from the heart, connecting directly to Tiamat's scaled, colossal form. She feels the immense power surge, a torrent of pure, unadulterated reality. Bending within her grasp, her consciousness expands, reaching out, sensing the fabric of space and time around the pulsing heart. A distant pack of rift spawn, drawn by the energy, approaches the citadel, their forms indistinct in the gloom. They are swift, their alien movements unsettling, a growing threat in the fractured, twilight landscape. Tiamat observes them, a flicker of cold interest in her ancient eyes, recognizing a perfect, living test. She focuses her will, a silent command directed through the newly forged link with the rift heart now. A strange shimmer ripples through the air between her and the advancing, grotesque rift spawn creatures. The creatures suddenly slow, their unnatural movements dragging, as if caught in thick, unseen molasses. Their multi-jointed limbs struggle, their glowing eyes wide with confusion, trapped in an altered moment. Time itself bends to her will, a temporary, localized distortion, a testament to her growing, immense power. The rift spawns snarl, but their roars are elongated, drawn-out groans, echoing in the strange, slow reality. Tiamat watches, a cruel satisfaction in her gaze, assessing the efficacy of her temporal manipulation now. The effect is precise, contained within a specific radius, demonstrating her meticulous, strategic control. She releases the temporal grip, and the rift spawns surge forward once more, enraged by the sudden, strange halt. Next, Tiamat turns her attention to the swirling, tempestuous storm clouds that shroud her lofty citadel. She directs a subtle, yet potent, surge of energy from the rift heart into the roiling, dark mass. The atmospheric currents hesitate, then solidify their ethereal forms, gaining sudden, tangible mass now. A portion of the storm cloud, Onsabaporus, becomes a colossal, dark, unyielding platform in the sky. Its surface, though dark and amorphous, appears firm enough to bear immense, crushing weight and power. Tiamat tests it, shifting her immense weight, one of her scaled feet pressing down on the solidified vapor. The cloud holds, unyielding, a testament to the heart's ability to bend the very laws of physical existence. A triumphant gleam flickers in her ancient eyes. The heart truly listens, truly bends to her divine will. She paces along the cloud platform, her massive form casting an even larger, more imposing shadow below. The power flowing from the heart feels like an extension of her own immense, inherent, cosmic might. She revels in this newfound connection, this potent conduit to reshape the fractured reality around her. The heart pulses brighter, its rhythmic glow mirroring the beating of a colossal, cosmic, silent drum. Its crystalline faucets now hum with a deep, resonant energy, perfectly attuned to Tiamat's dominant presence. The control feels absolute, a symphony of power where she is the conductor, shaping the fractured world. Her scales shimmer with reflected light, a goddess truly ascending to an even higher, more terrible throne. The wind whips around her, carrying the scent of ozone and ancient earth, an ode to her burgeoning reign. She plans her next experiment, a grander demonstration, pushing the heart's boundaries even further now. Her thoughts drift to the vast, broken landscapes, ripe for her dominion, awaiting her divine touch. The rift heart spins gently above, a crown jewel in her dark, nascent, cosmic empire's growing power. A sudden, jarring tremor vibrates through the solidified cloud, catching her divine attention sharply. A discordant hum echoes from the heart, a subtle shift in its rhythm, a warning sign from the nexus. Tiamat's head snapped toward the distant plains, her ancient eyes narrowing with cold, calculating precision. A new wave of rift spawn emerges from the swirling mists, their numbers far greater than before now. They move with an eerie, disturbing synchronization, like puppets controlled by a single, unseen master. Their glowing, multifaceted eyes fixate on the sky citadel, and more importantly, on the pulsing rift heart. These are not mere foragers. This is a coordinated, deliberate, overwhelming assault on her dominion. Their grotesque bodies, a chaotic fusion of bone and chitin, shimmer with malevolent, dark energy now. Some possess razor-sharp wings, tearing through the bruised sky with unsettling, rhythmic beats. Others, massive and lumbering, shake the very earth with their thunderous, relentless, determined advance. They scale the jagged cliffs with unnatural agility, their claws scraping against the ancient, dark stone. The low growl of the Overmind, though unheard, directs their every twisted, coordinated, violent action. Tiamat's initial amusement fades, replaced by a fierce, ancient, righteous fury at this bold intrusion. Her control over the heart wavers momentarily, the unexpected threat demanding her immediate, full attention. The rift spawns surge forward, a tide of alien horror, their guttural shrieks piercing the heavy, storm-laden air. They are too close, their numbers too vast for simple, casual dismissal. This requires a goddess's full might. Tiamat lets out a deafening roar, a sound that shakes the very foundations of her obsidian sky citadel. The solidified cloud platform beneath her feet cracks, unable to entirely contain her sudden, raw, immense power. Her 5 heads move with terrifying speed, each assessing the oncoming threat, formulating a deadly response. 2 of her heads, the Frost and Shadow, maintain a steady, unwavering focus on the pulsating rift heart. Their elemental streams, now a constant flow, keep the heart attuned to her will, preventing its chaotic relapse. The other 3 heads, Fire, Lightning, and Acid, prepare for immediate, devastating, multi-elemental combat. From the fire head, a blazing torrent erupts, scorching the vanguard of the climbing, grotesque rift-spawn horde. The creatures shriek, their alien flesh sizzling, some disintegrating into ash before even reaching the walls. The lightning head unleashes a blinding, destructive volley of bolts, crackling through the dark, stormy sky. These bolts strike the winged riftspawn, sending them plummeting, broken and smoking, to the jagged earth below. The acid head spews forth a deluge of corrosive, emerald bile, melting pathways into the encroaching swarm. Stern and chitin alike dissolve under its potent touch, leaving smoking, noxious craters in their wake now. The rift heart pulses violently, amplifying her elemental output, making her attacks even more devastatingly powerful. A surge of raw energy courses through Tiamat, invigorating her, yet also pushing her divine limits severely. She feels a faint, burning feedback from the heart, a warning that such immense power comes at a personal cost. Her ancient scales, usually impervious, prickle with an unfamiliar, sharp, internal, searing pain now. Still, the goddess presses on, her fury outweighing the discomfort, her control unwavering despite the strain. The riftspawn are relentless, their numbers seemingly endless, emerging from the rifts like a parasitic plague. Their grotesque forms glow with sickly, otherworldly light, a testament to their unnatural, chaotic origins. They climb over their fallen brethren, a living wave of horror, driven by the Overmind's silent, unified will. Tiamat's firehead unleashes another inferno, a sweeping arc of destruction that incinerates dozens at once. The air shimmers with heat, the stench of burning alien flesh filling the dark, oppressive atmosphere now. Her lightning head conjures a storm of crackling energy, a blinding display of raw, electrical, divine power. Forked bolts dance across the citadel walls, striking down any riftspawn that dare to touch her sacred, dark stone. The acid head targets the larger, more resilient riftspawn, dissolving their thick carapaces with focused precision. Their horrifying screeches echo, a symphony of pain and dissolution. As their forms melt into caustic puddles, the rift heart throbs with increased intensity, its light oscillating between brilliant white and ominous violet. The feedback intensifies, a sharp, searing sensation that courses through Tiamat's colossal, divine body. Now, a faint, ethereal crack appears on one of her scales, a testament to the immense strain of wielding such power. Yet, her resolve hardens. She will not yield her newfound dominion to these grotesque, parasitic invaders now. The Frosthead, still focused on the heart, sends a chilling wave through the air, slowing some attackers slightly. The Shadowhead, a void of pure darkness, drains the light from the battlefield, disorienting the advancing swarm. The coordinated riftspawn momentarily falter, their unnatural rhythm broken by the multi-pronged, divine assault now. But the Overmind pushes them, a silent command, urging them forward, a relentless, unthinking, alien will. More winged horrors descend from the storm clouds, their shadow blotting out the already dim, fractured sky. Their shrill cries fill the air, a cacophony of alien intent, driving the ground forces to new, desperate heights. Tiamat's fury reaches a crescendo, her 5 heads now moving in a synchronized, deadly ballet of destruction. She unleashes a spiraling vortex of fire and ice, a maelstrom that tears through the airborne attackers now. Lightning bolts intertwine with corrosive acid streams, creating explosive, volatile reactions across the field. The rift heart screams with power, its light now, a blinding, unstable beacon in the heart of the storm now. The feedback loop becomes agonizing, a searing pain that threatens to overwhelm Tiamat's divine, ancient mind. Her vision blurs for a fleeting moment, the sheer magnitude of amplified power almost too much to bear now. Yet, she refuses to break her connection, her will a steel anchor in the storm of reality-bending energy. The ground trembles violently, fissures opening, spewing forth magma and distorted, ancient, unholy energies. The sky citadel itself groans, its obsidian walls cracking under the relentless assault and her amplified defense. Tiamat focuses her shadow head, drawing in the very light of the rift spawn, weakening their unnatural glow. The frost head unleashes a blizzard of razor-sharp ice shards, tearing through their ranks with brutal, cold force. The fire head roars, a continuous inferno that pushes back the relentless tide of climbing. Alien horrors now. The lightning head strikes the largest, most resilient rift spawn, shattering their carapaces with explosive impacts. The acid head creates pools of dissolving, green liquid, trapping and consuming swaths of the advancing enemy now. The rift heart pulses erratically, its light flickering, threatening to destabilize under the immense, conflicting pressures. Tiamat's body aches, every scale a point of intense, burning sensation. Her divine energy dangerously depleted now. A faint, unsettling whisper seems to emanate from the heart, a fleeting sound lost amidst the chaos of battle. She dismisses it as a byproduct of the strain, focusing solely on repelling the ceaseless, coordinated alien attack. The rift spawn are beginning to retreat, their coordinated efforts faltering under Tiamat's overwhelming, divine might. Their movements become less synchronized, more desperate, as their numbers dwindle under her relentless assault. One colossal rift spawn, with multiple glowing eyes, attempts a final, desperate lunge toward the citadel's base. Tiamat's acid head unleashes a concentrated, potent stream melting its face before it can even touch her walls. The creature collapses, a smoking, dissolving ruin, its last, gurgling cries echoing in the now thinning air. The remaining rift spawn turn, a silent, unified decision, retreating into the swirling mists from whence they came. They vanish as quickly as they appeared, leaving behind a battlefield scarred by elemental fury and alien death now. Tiamat lowers her head, her colossal body heaving, the immense exertion evident in her strained, divine form. The cracks on her scales deepen slightly, glowing with a faint, internal, painful, ethereal light now. The rift heart's violent throbbing subsides, returning to its previous, rhythmic, powerful, consistent pulse. Its light, though still vibrant, is calmer now, no longer fluctuating with the chaotic intensity of battle's rage. She stares at the retreating forms, a lingering suspicion in her ancient, calculating, predatory eyes now. This was more than a random attack. It felt directed, intelligent, a probe of her formidable, new defenses. The overmind, she muses, grows bolder, its influence reaching further into a newly claimed, sacred territory. Tiamat flexes her claws, testing the residual pain, confirming the cost of wielding such amplified, cosmic power. The heart had given her strength, but it had also pushed her to the very brink of her divine endurance now. She reasserts her full control, channeling her will into the crystal, solidifying her bond with the Nexus. The remaining storm clouds dissipate, revealing a sky still bruised, but now devoid of immediate, alien threats. The air clears, carrying the acrid scent of ozone and dissolved flesh, a grim reminder of the recent conflict. Tiamat surveys her domain, the sky citadel standing tall, a testament to her enduring, unmatched, divine power. The kneeling supplicants below slowly begin to stir, their fearful eyes rising to their victorious, awesome